Welcome, everyone. Today, we're not here to talk about motivation. We're here to talk about something far more powerful, something that decides your entire life, even when you don't realize it. Your mind. If you cannot discipline your mind, then your emotions will make decisions for you. Your fears will hold you back. Your laziness will control your actions. And your desire for temporary pleasure will destroy your long-term success. And the worst part? You will keep thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't feel motivated. I'll do it tomorrow. But the truth is, you don't have a motivation problem. You have a discipline problem. And the problem is in your mind. Look around. All successful people have one thing in common. Not talent, not luck, not even intelligence. They have trained their mind like a soldier. They don't obey their feelings. They obey their vision. Discipline is not about waking up at 5 a.m. once. Discipline is about controlling the voice in your head. The voice that says, sleep more, eat more, check your phone, give up, react emotionally, blame others. If you don't discipline this voice, you will live like 98% of the world. Always behind, always tired, always anxious, and always wondering, why can't I just focus and move forward? That ends today. In this video, I'll give you 10 powerful ways to discipline your mind. Each one will go deep. Each one will change you. These are not just tips, they are weapons. You'll learn how to build a powerful mind, master your focus, and grow every day. In simple English. So, stay with me. And if you're serious about growth, subscribe now and let's begin. Tip 1. Master your 5 senses. Your eyes, ears, tongue, skin, and nose are not just parts of your body, they are gates. Whatever you allow through these gates goes straight into your mind. And once it enters your mind, it shapes your thoughts, emotions, actions, and future. Every image you see trains your brain. If you watch violence, your brain becomes aggressive. If you watch soft drama and fake success, your brain becomes unrealistic. If you scroll Instagram all day and see rich people, luxury, models, reels, your mind starts comparing, desiring, and feeling like a failure. Now ask yourself, are you really weak? Or are you just feeding your mind with images that destroy your self-control? If you constantly expose your eyes to fast pleasure, your brain loses its ability to focus. Because your brain starts expecting that speed and stimulation all the time. Instead, feed your eyes with stillness, with books, with nature, with the face of your parents, with a mirror that reminds you who you are becoming. What you hear becomes what you believe. Let's say you listen to music that's all about heartbreak, drugs, revenge, or money. Do you really think it's just entertainment? Your subconscious mind listens. Even if you don't focus, your mind absorbs the rhythm, the pain, the chaos, and you start feeling low, angry, or lost. Same with gossip. If you keep hearing people talk badly about others, your brain begins to think the world is toxic. If you keep hearing, you're not good enough, or you can't do that, you start to believe it. So, protect your ears like a warrior. Only let powerful, clear, truthful voices inside. Listen to people who lift you. Listen to silence. Listen to the sound of your own breath. Because that's the beginning of awareness. What you taste affects how you think. This may surprise you, but even your food choices affect your mind. Why? Because food is chemical energy, and your brain runs on chemistry. If you eat too much sugar, processed food, heavy meals, your mind becomes slow, foggy, and lazy. You feel sleepy, you lose energy, you lose control. But if you eat light, clean, simple food, your thoughts become clearer. You don't need 5 coffees a day. You need to stop poisoning your body. What you touch and smell triggers. Emotions. Yes, even touch and smell are powerful. Smell can transport your brain into an old memory, good or bad. Touch can ground you or overstimulate you. Imagine this. A monk walks barefoot on the earth. A businessman walks in leather shoes on marble. A worker touches steel and dust every day. Each experience trains the brain differently. But most people never pause to reflect. They just consume stimulus all day, without control. Discipline starts when you close the wrong gates. When you say, I will not watch garbage. I will not listen to poison. I will not eat like a slave. I will not let my senses rule me. This is the first step to becoming someone powerful, because a man who controls his senses can control anything. Tips. Avoid temporary pleasure. Every time you choose short-term pleasure, you reject long-term greatness. This is one of the greatest enemies of discipline, and most people are completely blind to it. Temporary pleasure is anything that feels good right now but destroys you slowly. It includes things like scrolling your phone for hours, binge-watching shows, eating junk food, sleeping late, watching inappropriate content, gossiping, smoking or drinking just to escape. It feels small, but it's not, because behind every undisciplined life is one common addiction. The addiction to pleasure without effort. Most people only see the benefit of pleasure. Oh, it feels good. Oh, it helps me escape stress. Oh, it helps me relax. But they never ask, what is this costing me? Every hour spent watching useless videos is an hour you didn't build your dream. Every time you scroll endlessly before sleep, you destroy your sleep quality and your energy the next day. Every time you say just one more episode, you are training your brain to seek comfort over growth. This is the real price. You don't just waste time. You weaken your mind muscle. The one that says no when you need it most. The more pleasure you chase, the more pain you feel later. You eat junk food, then you feel tired and guilty. You watch reels for 3 hours, then your brain can't focus on one thing anymore. You smoke to relax, then now you need it to feel normal. You skip workouts to feel cozy, then now your body becomes weaker and lazy. Your brain gets trapped in a loop. Feel good, then feel regret, then escape again, then feel good, then feel regret. That's why you see people getting stuck for years and never knowing why. They don't need motivation. They need to break this loop. Let's say you feel an urge to eat a cookie or to check your phone or to sleep longer. Ask yourself, is this helping me or hurting me? Is this real freedom or is this slavery to my impulses? What would the best version of me do right now? Tip 3. Lack of autosuggestions is your enemy. Most people don't control their thoughts. They just wake up and react to whatever comes. A notification, a message, a memory, a fear, a feeling. Their entire mind is controlled by the outside world. They don't realize that the subconscious mind, the most powerful part of your brain, accepts whatever it hears over and over. And that's why autosuggestions, also called affirmations, are not optional. They are critical. What is an autosuggestion? It's a conscious instruction you give to your brain every single day. It's like reprogramming a computer. You tell your brain what you believe again and again until it becomes your reality. Example: I am focused. I am not my emotions. I do hard things. I control my time. I finish what I start. When you repeat this every day, not casually but seriously, your mind starts to believe it. Why? Because your brain doesn't care if something is true or false. It believes whatever you repeat with emotion. And sadly, most people repeat things like, I can't focus. I'm not good enough. I always mess up. I don't feel like doing it. They don't realize they are destroying their own mindset, sentence by sentence. Autosuggestion is not magic. It's mental repetition. This isn't fake positivity. This is mental weightlifting. When you speak with intention, your mind learns who you are. But when you stay silent, your environment decides that for you. You must become the dominant voice inside your head. How? Say it out loud when you wake up. Write it on paper. Say it before sleeping. Say it when you're tired. Say it when you're about to quit. Say it until your brain has no option but to believe. Top athletes use autosuggestion. Before matches, they don't say, I hope I win. They say, I've already won in my mind. Now I just perform. Soldiers are trained to repeat phrases like, I don't stop when I'm tired. I stop when I'm done. Pain is weakness leaving the body. Why? Because the body follows the mind's commands, and a mind without commands is a mind without discipline. Your thoughts shape your mind. Your repeated thoughts shape your life. If you want a focused mind, feed it focused language. If you want a calm mind, feed it calming truth. If you want a strong mind, speak strength daily. The enemy is not your phone. The enemy is your silence. Because the mind that is not trained will always be your master. Tip 4. Challenge negative thoughts. Your negative thoughts are not always facts. They are just thoughts. And they are often wrong. But here's the problem. Most people never challenge these thoughts. They hear something in their mind like, I'm not good enough. I'll fail again. Nobody cares. It's too late. I can't change. And instead of fighting it, they believe it blindly. They make it their identity. And the more they believe it, the more the brain makes it stronger. This is how self-doubt is born. This is how mental weakness is created. This is how dreams die in silence. Let's understand this clearly. A thought is not a law. It's a mental suggestion. And you have the power to accept it, reject it, or replace it. But if you let every thought go unchecked, you are giving your mind permission to destroy you. Imagine your brain is like a courtroom. A negative thought walks in and says, you are not good enough. What do? Do you just nod and say, yes, you're right? Or do you stand up and say, where's the proof? Why should I believe you? Even if I failed before, I'm not done. I've grown. I'm stronger now. I don't accept this anymore. This is what it means to challenge your negative thoughts. Whenever a negative thought enters your mind, pause and ask, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Do I have real evidence, or am I just afraid? What would a disciplined version of me believe instead? Then reframe it like this. Instead of I'll never be confident, implies, say confidence is a skill I'm building daily. Instead of nobody supports me, I support myself. That's enough. Instead of I failed again, say this is feedback, not the end. Let's say you're trying to learn English. A voice in your mind says, you always forget words. Your accent is bad. You'll never speak fluently. Now, if you just agree with that voice, you'll stop trying and stay stuck. But if you challenge it, you can say, yes, I forget words sometimes. That means I need more repetition. Yes, my accent is different, but I'm improving every day. Yes, fluency takes time, but every day I'm closer. That one small mental shift can turn a day of failure into a day of growth. Your thoughts are like guests. You don't have to invite every one of them to stay. Discipline means controlling what thoughts you allow to live in your mind. You can't stop thoughts from coming, but you can stop them from controlling your life. You are not weak. You are just listening to a weak voice. Change the voice, and your entire life will follow. Tip 5. Set clear intention. You cannot discipline your mind if you don't know where it's supposed to go. Most people think they have a focus problem, but what they really have is a clarity problem. They wake up with no direction, no clear goal, no purpose. So their mind wanders, and they say, "I can't focus." But the truth is, how can you focus if you don't know what you're trying to focus on? This is why setting a clear intention is one of the most powerful tools of mental discipline. An intention is a clear mental decision. It tells your brain, this is what we're doing. This is why. This is how we'll feel when we do it. It's not just a task. It's the emotional why behind the task. For example, today I will write for 1 hour because my dream deserves it. Today I will speak English aloud for 20 minutes because I want to inspire people one day. Today I will avoid distractions because I respect my time. This is what makes your mind obey, not just a to-do list, but a deep emotional reason behind every action. Why intention matters. Imagine your mind is like a flashlight. If you just turn it on and wave it around, you'll light up everything but focus on nothing. But if you point it in one direction, you'll see clearly, go faster, and stop wasting energy. That's what intention does. It gives your mind a clear path. And once the path is clear, discipline becomes automatic. You don't need to argue with yourself. You don't need to rely on motivation. Because your brain already knows. This is what matters. This is where we're going. Think of a soldier in battle. He doesn't say, "Let me see what happens today." He wakes up with clear commands. He knows the mission. He knows the target. He knows the cost of distraction. That's why he doesn't hesitate. But most people live like confused soldiers. No mission, no orders, no intention. And that's why they lose the battle of the mind. Start every day with 3 intentions. Like, today I will train my body for 30 minutes. I will control my emotions no matter what. I will speak only positive things to myself and others. Before every task, say it aloud. I'm doing this for my future. I'm doing this to become unrecognizable by next year. I'm doing this because my family deserves the best version of me. Write it down before sleep. Train your brain to know. Tomorrow, we rise with purpose. A clear mind is a disciplined mind. A confused mind is a dangerous one. If you don't tell your mind what to do, it will follow whatever feels easiest. But when you set clear intentions, every single day, you build mental momentum. And one day you'll wake up and realize you no longer need to push yourself because your mind pushes you. Tip 6. Understand the emotions of psychology. Most people think they fail because they're lazy. But in reality, they fail because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. Here's what usually happens. They feel fear then, so they avoid action. They feel anger then, so they say something they regret. They feel doubt then, so they quit early. They feel sad then, so they escape into comfort. They feel overwhelmed then, so they do nothing. This is emotional slavery. Not because emotions are bad, but because emotions are misunderstood. Discipline is not the absence of emotion. Discipline is emotional intelligence in action. Let's say you wake up and you feel low. Your brain says, "You're tired. Today's not your day. Take a break." What's the point anyway? Most people believe these signals. They follow their emotions like a servant. Emotions are not commands. They are data. You can listen to them. You can understand them. But you don't have to obey them. Your job is to say, "Okay, I feel tired, but let me just do 10 minutes of work anyway. I feel anxious. Let me take 3 deep breaths, then continue. I feel doubt, but let me look at how far I've already come." This is mental power. Imagine a pilot flying a plane through a storm. If he panics and lets his emotions take over, the plane crashes. But if he understands the storm and sticks to his training, he survives. That's what discipline is. Your mind is the pilot. Your emotions are the storm. You don't need to stop the storm. You need to fly through it with control. Practical ways to master emotional psychology. 1. Name the emotion. Don't just say, "I feel bad." Say, "I feel angry because I expected more." Say, "I feel afraid because I don't want to fail." When you name it, you start to tame it. 2. Feel it without reacting. Just sit with it. Let the emotion rise. Then let it fall. Most emotions don't need action. They just need awareness. 3. Don't feed the emotion with thoughts. When you feel sad, don't start thinking about every bad thing from the past. When you feel fear, don't imagine every worst-case scenario. That's like adding fuel to a fire. 4. Choose the higher emotion. Say, "Yes, I feel afraid, but I also feel committed." Say, "Yes, I feel tired, but I also feel responsible." Let your purpose override your emotion. Emotions are like weather. You can't stop the rain, but you can learn to walk through it. When you understand the emotions of psychology, you stop being reactive and start being powerful. Discipline becomes easier. Because now you don't fight your feelings, you understand them. And once you understand your mind, no one can control you ever again. Tip 7. Practice mindfulness. This tip is the foundation of mental clarity. You cannot discipline your mind if your attention is always everywhere. Most people are not living their life. They are just surviving in their head. Their body is in one place, but their mind is thinking about the past, worrying about the future, checking notifications, imagining problems, comparing with others. And then they wonder, why can't I focus? Why do I feel anxious? Why don't I feel alive? The answer is simple. You're not here. You're not present. Mindfulness is not some fancy spiritual practice. It simply means, I am here. I am now. I am aware of this moment. It means you're not lost in the past. You're not jumping into the future. You're not fighting thoughts. You're observing your mind like a sky watches the clouds. This creates an inner calm, a stillness. And that stillness is the ground where discipline grows. Let's say you're writing a task. If you're mindful, your full attention is on the task. You hear the pen on paper. You feel the words forming. You see your hand moving. You are fully present. And because of that, your mind is sharp, your emotions are calm, and your action becomes clear. But if you are distracted while doing that same task, your mind jumps between 10 things. You make mistakes. You feel irritated. You feel tired. You don't finish anything. That's the difference. Mindfulness builds discipline because mindfulness is the practice of returning to the present moment, again and again. And discipline is nothing more than that. Discipline means returning to your task when you get distracted, returning to your focus when your mind wanders, returning to your power when emotions try to control you. That's what mindfulness trains. How to practice mindfulness daily. 1. Mindful breathing. Just sit still and focus on your breath. Inhale, pause, exhale. Watch the breath like a wave. When thoughts come, don't fight, just return to the breath. 2. Mindful walking. Walk without your phone. Feel your steps, notice the air, feel your body move. Train your mind to stay present. 3. Mindful working. Before you start a task, take 3 deep breaths. Tell yourself, this is all I'm doing now. When distractions come, gently return. 4. Mindful eating. Eat slowly. Taste your food. Don't multitask. The more presence you bring to small moments, the stronger your mind becomes. If you master the present moment, you master your mind. Because everything you want, peace, success, focus, confidence, only happens now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, now. And when your mind learns to stay in the now, discipline becomes your natural state. Tip 8. Surround yourself with empowering people. You become what you surround yourself with. Energy is contagious. Most people try to fix their focus, try to fix their routine, try to fix their motivation, but they never fix the people around them. And that's why they stay stuck, not because they're weak, but because they are breathing in the energy of people who are not going anywhere. Your brain is a social sponge. It absorbs attitudes, language, habits, even confidence, just by proximity. If you are always around, people who complain, people who give up easily, people who waste time, people who chase cheap pleasure, people who never talk about growth, then your mind will slowly accept this as normal. And when mediocrity becomes your new normal, discipline dies. You stop pushing. You stop believing. You stop dreaming big. Have you ever noticed that one lazy friend can make an entire group less productive? Or how one focused, driven person can walk into a room and suddenly everyone wants to do better? That's not a coincidence. Energy spreads. The same way perfume spreads in a room, a person's mindset spreads into your subconscious mind just by being near them. Let's be clear. Empowering people are not saints. They're not robots. They have their flaws, but they share one thing. They challenge you to be better. They don't let you quit on yourself. They speak with belief. They talk about goals. They take responsibility. They value time. They want to grow. They live with fire in their eyes. Even if they're not successful yet, their energy is rising. That's the kind of energy that builds mental discipline. How to shift your circle and your mind. Audit your current circle. Ask yourself, who do I spend time with? Do they speak with power or poison? Do I feel more focused after talking to them? Or more drained? Be brutally honest. Discipline starts with deleting what destroys you. Start replacing slowly. You don't have to cut everyone in one day, but reduce time with energy drainers and increase time with energy builders. Mentally surround yourself with the greats. If you don't have strong people around you yet, study them. Read biographies. Watch interviews. Listen to powerful minds. Let their words become the voices in your head. Become the empowering person yourself. Don't wait. Speak with purpose. Encourage others. Respect time. Be the one who brings fire into cold rooms. Your circle is either your prison or your power. And if you're serious about disciplining your mind, you cannot ignore this. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Build a circle that forces you to level up. Even if you start alone, stay strong. Because the right energy always finds its way to the right people. Tip 9. Focus on one task at a time. In a world where everyone is multitasking, trying to do 5 things at once, scrolling while working, eating while watching, talking while thinking, there is one weapon that separates the powerful from the average. Single task focus. Most people believe multitasking makes them productive. But in reality, multitasking does just one thing. It weakens your brain's ability to stay present. Every time you switch from task to task, your brain pays a cost. Psychologists call it task switching cost. It means your brain has to reset, refocus, reorient itself again and again. And the more you do this, the more your brain becomes tired, confused, anxious, impatient, addicted to noise. You lose mental strength without even knowing it. Now imagine the opposite. You sit with one task. You clear distractions. You give it your full attention. You go deep. You finish it completely. This trains your brain to enter flow, build confidence, reduce stress, love completion, hate procrastination. That's how warriors operate. They don't try to do everything. They finish what they start. One thing at a time. Let's say you want to write your goals. Option 1. You open Instagram between each sentence. You reply to a message. You get up to grab snacks. You check notifications. After 20 minutes, your goals are half written. Your brain is scattered. You feel incomplete. Option 2. You sit for 20 minutes. No phone, no noise. Just you, your pen, your thoughts. You finish. You feel clear. You feel strong. Now, which one trains your mind to be more disciplined? Train your brain like this. Use the 1-1-1 rule. One person, one task, one window. Close extra tabs. Focus only on one goal at a time. Don't switch until it's done. Set 25-minute focus blocks. Use a timer. Go all in for 25 minutes. Then take a 5-minute break. Repeat this 3 to 4 times. This builds mental stamina over time. Celebrate completion. Every time you finish a task without distractions, say to yourself, "This is who I am now," because identity is built through repetition. Your brain loves order. Give it chaos, and it will panic. Give it clarity, and it will obey. The disciplined mind is not faster. It is clearer. It doesn't try to win the race by running in 5 directions. It picks one target, points every thought toward it, and moves forward without fear. Focus is not a personality trait. It is a trained habit. And that habit starts today, with the next task you choose to complete with full presence. Tip 10. Visualize your goals. Discipline doesn't start with action. It starts with imagination. Before your body moves, before your habits change, before your environment improves, your mind must believe in the goal you're chasing. And for that to happen, your mind must be able to see it clearly. This is where most people go wrong. They say, "I want to succeed. I want to be rich. I want to be fluent. I want to change my life." But when you ask them, what does that actually look like? They don't know. Their vision is blurry. And a blurry vision creates a blurry mind. And a blurry mind has no reason to stay disciplined. Your brain does not know the difference between imagination and reality. Neurologically, The brain responds the same way to both. That means if you visualize your success vividly and emotionally, your mind begins to believe it's already possible. And when your brain believes something is possible, it gives you the energy, focus, and confidence to make it real. What happens when you don't visualize? You forget your why. You lose excitement. You fall back into distractions. You feel like discipline is a burden. You feel tired before you even start. This is why most people give up after a few days. They're not lazy. They're mentally blind. They are trying to walk toward a dream they've never clearly seen. Let's say your goal is to become fluent in English. If you just write down, "I want to speak English fluently," that's weak. But if you visualize it, like this, you close your eyes. You see yourself speaking on stage. You hear your voice, clear, powerful, confident. You see the audience nodding, inspired. You feel the excitement in your chest. You imagine someone walking up to you and saying, "Your English changed my life." Now your mind wakes up. Now you feel something real. Now discipline becomes a gift, not a punishment. Because now you are emotionally connected to the future version of you. Make it specific. Don't just say success. Say, "I see myself leading a team in my dream company. I see myself walking into my new apartment. I see myself wearing clothes that show my new body. I see myself speaking English with complete confidence." Use all 5 senses. Ask yourself, what do I hear? What do I see? What do I feel? What do I smell? What do I taste? The more senses involved, the more real it becomes. Do it every day. First thing in the morning. Last thing before sleep. Make it a habit. Even 5 minutes a day can rewire your brain. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Discipline is not just about effort. It's about clarity, emotion, and vision. When your mind sees your goal clearly, your body finds a way to get there. And every time you want to quit, just close your eyes and visit your future. Let that fire guide you. Let that image pull you. Because the most powerful mind is the one that already knows where it's going. You don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You need to make a decision, right now. The old version of you, distracted, weak, lost in emotion, chasing comfort, that version has to die today. Because the life you dream of, the peace you crave, the strength you admire in others, it only belongs to one type of person, the one who chooses to discipline their mind every single day. So before you scroll to the next video, before you go back to your old routine, pause, breathe, decide. This is the moment you become someone they never expected. The world doesn't need another follower. The world needs a mind like yours. Sharp, silent, unshakable. Now go, build that mind. If you want to build a strong mind, improve your English, and grow into your best version step by step, subscribe now and stay with this journey. Because what's coming next will change how you think and live.